Animals are all a lot bigger than they appear to us. These birds are surrounded by gazelle. We have a mixture of Thompson's and Grant's gazelle inside this exhibit. Their size does come in handy. Being smaller makes them faster, which is useful when they have to run from animals like the cheetah. Being bigger in size, though, like the giraffe, is also an advantage. If you look at the giraffes in the background there, to give you some perspective, most of you can actually walk underneath that belly and not touch it. That belly is about 6 feet off the ground. They have food located all over the exhibit, but they're also able to enjoy food from the back of caravan safaris. That's the truck you can see on the road. Currently there's a giraffe following it. The guests take turns sticking the leaves in the air. The giraffes then use their long tongues to grab the leaves from their hands. Giraffe tongues are extremely long. There's a rule to give you a good visual. It's about 1 inch of tongue per foot tall of giraffe. A male giraffe gets to be about 18 feet tall, which means potentially that's an 18-inch long tongue. If you point to your elbow and then point to your fingertips, that's as long as a giraffe tongue can get. You'll see why they need to have such a long tongue in just a moment. I'm going to show you what they eat out in the wild. We have a lot to look at here at the park. We are home to over 1.5 million plants, around 3,000 animals. Coming up on the left-hand side, once we pass the palm trees, you're going to see a tree with lime green bark and white thorns. My cab is passing by it. This is a thorny African acacia. This is what the giraffe eats. They'll use their long tongues to maneuver around the thorns and get to the leaves. This is not what they give out on tour. They do give acacia, but it's the Australian variation, which has long leaves and no thorns. The main difference in Africa, there's a lot of tall browsers. There's elephants, giraffes, so the plants need to fight back.
The thorns? Look at the branches. Those like teeny tiny spikes.
You can be on the lookout for this tree. You'll find a few as you exit the station in just a moment. By coming to the park today, not only do you get to learn about all these animals, we are not for profit. So you get to help them at the same time. That includes helping animals like the lion. Predators are important too. We don't want to forget about them. If you look on the right, we'll end our tour today with lions. Take a look at that. Lions keep everything in balance. Without lions, we would have too many giraffes, too many antelope, which leads to overbrowsing of plants. Every animal plays a different role. The lions and the cheetahs are 2 exhibits you can revisit. I'll be out front after the tour. If you have any questions or need help with directions, again, my name is Holly. When we come to a stop, you're going to exit on the passenger side and then head towards the front cab. Before you leave today, double check that you have all of your belongings.